Hi everyone, it's Julie, SylverStitches. It is Monday, January the 21st. Hello Simon. And if Lexus decides to come, she's right over there as well. But, new news. I got four bins. They're just the fabric bins that you would put into a storage system. Anyway, and put your bum down. Put your bum down. Thank you. And sorry. And I divided up my projects into each bin. So I have a smalls bin, which is what you just saw, smalls and mediums. I have a large and BAP bin. I have a Stitch 9 bin. And something new that I just decided a few days ago was to join the Year of Whips challenge. I've heard that there's 18 pieces. I've heard that there's 19 pieces. I don't know. So I asked to become part of the group of the Year of Whips challenge, which is soulful stitching. But anyway, it is what it is. I think I missed the deadline, but that's okay. Maybe I'll just do it for myself. So, to start out with, I'm going to start with my smalls and mediums. My tinies, smalls and mediums. Although, I think all my tinies are all dedicated somewhere else, but we'll see how that goes when we get to the bin. So, the first one up is Be My Honey. Be My Honey. I found it in a cross-stitch pattern a day calendar, which I think it was from 2010. Anyway, and this, I don't know if I want to show you everything, or if I just want to show you the work. Yeah, let's just show you everything. Okay, so this goes like this. This goes like this. So this is where I am. So I'm finished the first bee's wing and started on his body. This is on a, is this the bag for it? It is. 28 count light mocha linen, which is awesome to work with. Awesome, awesome, awesome. The next one in here, these are all in no specific order, are, or is, May the Diamonds Be With You. So, since starting this project, when I pulled it out in January, I have stitched a little bit on it, but May the Diamonds Be With You. And if you don't know that story, you can go back and watch previous videos. I've explained it probably 2 or 3 times. And plus I still only have 33 minutes, so I want to see how far I can get. Or I might just clip the smalls video, mediums, and then put them all together. We'll see. The next one, in no particular order, is Mini Banner Spring. Is this one, by Dimensions. It was just a kit that I had found. Where was I? I was probably at Michael's at that point. Oh, no, I got it at Wool Time. Sorry. I picked up all the banners at Wool Time. It's a store in Nepean. So my local LNS, which is about 45 minutes away. So that's that. So I'm almost, if not done. No, I'm almost done this quadrant. So this one is the one that I decided to stitch a quadrant at a time. So this is the first quarter. I just have a little bit of stitching around here to finish the flower. I don't know if you can see the whiteness. But that's all I have for that quadrant. The back stitching, of course. And then I'll move on. The next one in my bin is Mini Banner Summer. Whoa, glare. This one I decided to work from top down. And so Mini Banner Summer currently looks like this. Oh, if I could get the right lighting. What's not a whip parade like 3 weeks into January? That's okay. I just had one 3 weeks ago, but is what it is. Just if you're new, welcome. If it's the first time coming to see me, welcome. If it's not, then welcome back. I live in Ottawa, Canada, so Ontario. And I live in a little town, Carleton Place, Ontario, which is just west of Ottawa. Alrighty. So, whoa, pattern again. The next one is, I can't hold that. The next one is fancy teapots, and so that's that. I worked on it a little bit so far this month, because at the beginning of the month it was definitely spinning a lot in my wheel, so much so that I thought my wheel was broken. So this is where it's at. Progress, but not too much progress. I will tell you, I'll talk about it later, but I'll talk about how I'm planning on setting up my next round of the idea that I have. So that's that. I'm going to have to get that book out again, so I'll just put that away. The next one is Janlin, I guess. Disney Winnie the Pooh seasons. And I'm currently working on winter, I think, in the seasons, the bottom left corner. And, yep, and here I am. So it's just enough, not just enough, of course, because there's, to me, there's a lot there, but there's just enough there to say that I've started. That's that. The next one on in the bin is Lizzy Kate's Prayer of St. Francis. I started this one from my dad. Hopefully I'll finish it. Hopefully. And then it's really wide, so it's hard to manipulate, but here I am. So the last time I stitched, I finished the white flower that's at the bottom and started on the next word, which I think is Grant, sorry. So that word at the bottom on the, over there in the middle is Grant. And that is on a 32 count platinum Lugana. Ottawa and essentially all of Eastern Canada, it seems, and you know, the Northeast in the States is going through this cold freeze. It's ridiculous. It's like, I don't know, probably at least minus 40 out with the wind chill. The next one is Welcome Butterfly by Dimensions. And I'm really happy with the progress that I did for January in this. Although January's not done yet, but that's okay. And so this is where I am. I've gotten most of the wing done. And, I mean, most of the blue on this wing. Even though it doesn't really look like it, I'm almost done the blue. So that's good. The reason why I changed up how I was going to be stitching is really only because I missed stitching on some pieces in the last 3 weeks that I really wanted to get to. So that's why I switched up my stitch theory. I might, oh, I'm going to talk about it later. Don't do it. All right, the next one. The next one is Mill Hill's Sand Dollar, sorry. And I haven't quite worked on that yet this January yet, but I'll take it out of the box. Come out. Put it circles like that. And this is what it currently looks like. I'm going to use the white side to try and make it better. Is that even the... that wasn't even the stitch side. Oh boy. Alright. It's always hard when you're only partway through the project. Which way is up? When the needle clearly is not in the piece. Anyway, is what it is. So that's that. Sand Dollar. I think I'm progressing slowly on this one because it's a lot of... Like, that Sand Dollar is all white. Like, white shades. So, like, cream. Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. Anyway. We're almost done the smalls. The next one is... I don't know if I have... No, I don't. I don't have a picture for it anymore, but it's I'd Agree. Also by Dimensions, and I'm here. I don't know if I ever showed you this one in a couple weeks ago. It says something along the lines of, well, I can pull out the pattern, although I won't show you. I'd agree, but we'd both be wrong. Yeah, I'd agree with you, but then we'd both be wrong. So that's that. At one point I was just in a, this was a Dollarama purchase. At one point I was just in a buy everything from Dollarama, no matter what it says kind of situation. I don't really know, I don't know if I understand that, but that's okay. That's alright. That's something else to stitch. The next one I'll take out of the plastic because it's hard to see. So the next one is Shells in the Sand by Dimensions. Nope, better up here. Yep. And this is where I'm at. I don't know, will I have to... Anyway, this is where I'm at. So that shell is done. I'm just working on the shell now. So that's good. That's good progress. I'm really enjoying that one when I'm stitching on it. It is true. It makes you want to get everything out that you're doing. Everything you want to stitch on. So true. Never ends. Alright, the next one is, if I could remember the name of the flower. Gerberas. The name of the flower is Gerberas. Anyway, that's this one, Gerberas. And I am almost done the orange flower, although I'm going to have to rip a whole lot of it out because this circle, this is where I am. Sorry. Okay, so to more focus on what I'm actually working on right now. This circle, this one right here, like the middle of the flower, is supposed to be way over there. I don't know where I went wrong in said stitching, but that's okay. Maybe I'll rip out the whole thing and just leave it as 2 flowers. Because this orange flower has given me nothing but trouble. Or maybe I'll just rip out the orange flower and just start the orange flower again. That's also a possibility. I'm making all these faces thinking, man, one of those is going to be the screenshot. I already know it. Duh. Two more things, I think, in these smalls. So a small, to me, is a 1-page pattern. So that's how I decided to separate all of my pieces. Yeah, a small to me is a one-page pattern. Anyway, the next one is coffee. I don't know what else to call it. Because, like I keep telling you, there is no actual name for this piece. It's just like some random number. Anyway, take that away. Put this behind it. See, look how good I'm getting? Alright. Now, so the last thing I worked on was outlining that C. Up there. Over there. That is definitely a good light stitching piece. Because if it's not, then you're in trouble. Alright. That was... I guess so. Oh, hello, Simon. Simon's making his grand appearance. Hello. Hello. Yes, hello. He does that all the time. Climbs on my shoulder. Alright, last one for the smalls. And then maybe I'll stop the video and restart. Let's see. There's a couple pieces in here that I have to find the picture for online. And insert pictures. Not this one, but when I get to my other ones. Anyway, that's a future video. Last one is Rose Chick Chat. I don't know how I feel about this being a one page because it's a really big one page. Maybe that's why it was in another bin, but that's okay. So this is where it's at. So not much more has been accomplished on that one since I last showed you. I'm just working on his body still in the multitude of brown shades that he is in. It's a long process. I think my future patterns are going to be on PDF. And I'll tell you a reason why when I get to that video. I keep talking about other videos. That is it. Oh no. That is it for that box. I'm going to refill it and move on to the next bin. So I will see you in a second. Told you I'd be back. So, the next one I'm really close. Whew. Okay, sorry. The next one that I'm going to share with you is this box. It's not as full because they are all in my Stitch 9 or Year of Whips. I think I'm just going to do the Year of Whips anyway, regardless of whether I'm part of a group or not, because you know what? The stitching is for me, not for anybody else. So, the first one that is in the pile, is in the box, is Innocence. I did find the pattern. Yippee! Found the pattern. So she will be continued on. I recall showing her only because I remember talking her out of. Sometimes my lips goes faster than my mouth. Anyway. I remember showing her because I remember showing you her face. So there she is. That is the bottom of the page, I think. The first page. That's why it's so rigid and straight line. The second piece I have... Hold on. Oh, because that's why... Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I do have another project that I just finished working on and I'm pretty excited. So, I thought it was a Year of Whips, but it's not. It's just a random regular. That's not this piece though. So, So Busy by Dimensions. Oh, I already talked for 2 minutes. Jeepers. Sorry. Dimensions and it is here, and I've only worked on the little mouse, who's not so little. Yeah, he's one of the bigger mice, so that's good. I am, I think, gonna have to rip out. There we go. I am going to have to rip out the tail, only because it's in the wrong spot. I think the tail was the first thing that I stitched on him, and almost the first thing I stitched on that. Anyway, I didn't count right somewhere, and now it's in the wrong spot. So the next one that is in here, there's only going to be a few more, but the next one in here is Baby Hippo 123. I'm not really quite sure who I'm stitching it for. Maybe I'll just leave it and have it as a wall hanging and just write, maybe even just leave off this part like that where it says the name. I don't know, maybe I'll stitch it for one of my nephews, or I don't know that either. Anyway, we'll see how that goes. The last time I worked on it, I was stitching on this number 1. So this is the first page, the first quarter of the first page. Whew, and there's the pattern. That's scary. Okay, the next one in my list, in my box, is Moon Dreams. I'm planning on stitching this one for my cousin's baby. Where's the light today? Where's the light? I'm sitting in front of the window, yet I cannot get it to be bright. Okay, not a problem. And last time I stitched on him, I filled in a little, whoa, needle. I filled in a little bit more of his face, is what I did last time when I stitched on him. So let me get him all sorted out. There we go, there he is. So I finished stitching in his little face. More of his, around his nose and mouth. Not his face. His face is not done yet. I could have almost showed you just like that. Anyways, that's what it is. There's one more piece in here that you have not seen yet. Partially because I just remembered about it. So I just found another piece. And partially because I don't know if I want to continue stitching on this one, only because I don't have enough fabric for the whole piece, but I have an idea. So, it's still on the scroll frame. I mean, not the scroll frame, the Q snap. I don't have any scroll frames. And it is the Epic Pokemon. James is a really big fan of Pokemon. So I kind of wanted to stitch this. He knows what it, I don't even know if he knows I'm doing it. He has seen me stitching on it, but I don't think he knows what it is yet. So I'm going to take it off the scroll frame. I don't have a scroll frame. I'm going to take it off the Q-snap so I can show you everything all at once. And so what my plan was to stitch it a little bit differently. I think I counted it out, and the whole top line of the piece will fit on across this. So, like the whole top piece. And so I don't know if it's actually how it's going to be, but as of right now, unless I stitch pieces together, like pieces of fabric together, and it's going to be the first line, and then a break, and then the second row of pages, and then the third, and however long it goes for. Because getting fabric that large that I don't have to order online is a little bit tricky. So here I am. I am color completing per page. So I finished all of this color. Now I've moved on to the brown And I just have a little bit more brown down here, because then that'll be the page. And then that color will be done for that page. And then I'll move on. So I am working on this piece on my phone. So I'm using, I don't know how to say it, Zodo? I don't know. Anyway, and so a PDF program. And so I'm able to make a line through my pieces. Nope, make a line through the stitches that I've already done on the piece, just like everybody else does. But I just finally realized how to do it, so yay, learning technology, yippee. So this goes in this bag because I can make it that small, because I don't have a piece of paper to have to go into said. So I worked on that Saturday night. It's now Monday. Anyway, that's what I worked on Saturday. I took it to be in the car with me because James was delivering pizzas. So anytime where he didn't need my assistance for anything, I'd be in the car stitching in the minus, 35 it was that night, but I just kept turning on the car, and it wasn't that bad actually, until probably about 10:30, I'd say. So I was in the car from 5 to 10:30, just turning on and off, on and off, on and off, warming up, cooling down, warming up, cooling down. Anyway, it's fine. That's in there. So that is the end of the the large to BAP box. I do have more BAPs, but they are part of another challenge that I'm doing. So I think I made them both, the other ones that I'm doing, both of them are a year of whips challenge. So who knows? Anyway, so that's it for this video, this part. So I will I'll stop this one and get the next box ready, and we'll go from there. Part 3 of this video, and go. So the first one that is in my I am sorry, I'm not sitting where I was before, so now I go in and out of the shading. Good enough. Okay, I'm going to do my Stitch 9 challenge box because nope, hair in the mouth. Anyway, because you kind of already know those. I did make a little bit of a change only because I did finish one piece from my last video that you had seen. Yay! So I will show that piece again just so that if you missed last video, then there we go. No problems. The first piece in here is my Starfish by Mill Hill. I don't know how far I'm going to get on this one, or I might just change the fabric completely, only because I did a bobo and tore the plastic that it's on. Anyway, I will show this one until I realize that I should change the piece of fabric. So here it's where it's at. Although you can't really see it, so I might just keep going with it. It's somewhere around there that I mixed up the I decided to film a video today and I can't talk today. I don't understand. Maybe it's because I just need more coffee. Anyway, that's where I am on the Starfish by Mill Hill. So that's piece number 1. Piece numero 2. Piece number 2 is... Whoa, everything's falling out. I need a better system for this piece. Oh no. Breaking. Alright. It is Fairy Tale by Dimensions. If I could not get the glare, that would be great. And the piece has not progressed since I last worked on it. But this is what it looks like, because I haven't worked on it since that day where I last showed it. And then I wonder if the companies that create the packaging for all of these pieces think that you're going to be able to keep that piece in that package for the amount of time you're stitching it. Open, closed, who knows. The next piece I am working on is also from Mill Hill. It is stitch 9. It is Peacock. And it says, have only one rule, be your wild, courageous, brilliant self every single day, no matter what. My life drastically changed within the last 18 months, for the better, of course. And, yep, I just need to keep remembering that. No matter what, because I was going through a whole lot before. Anyway, here we are. And I'll just hold up everything right now, because that's what that is. I did do a little bit of work on this in January. The one day that I spent it, I worked on the snowflake up here. Took a while for my eyes to adjust, because it is a different fabric than I was used to working on, because I mostly am an Ada stitcher. So that is Peacock by Mill Hill. I need to remember to slow down talking in these videos, because I get going and then my tongue can't go as fast as my mind, and anyway. The next one in my Stitch 9 challenge is No Pain, No Gain by the New Berlin Co. And he's little. He's one of my tinies. But this is... This is where I am with him. He should be another one that's slightly easy to finish, but they're... Yeah, anyway. These tinies aren't really tiny on paper. They're just... I don't know. They don't have 1,000 stitches in them, but at the same point... I don't know. I think it's because the fabric is so tiny that I can't wrap my head around doing it. Anyway, the next one, I keep looking down because I don't know if I'm missing something. The next Stitch 9 challenge is one of my favorites. One of my favorites. It is the Enchanting Dragonfly by Doreen Jones. I kind of put a hold on this one for now. No, I didn't. I didn't put a hold on it at all. I was going to wait for the blue to come in, and when I could get the chance to go get the blue and the that yellow, like the tanny yellow. This one, for some unknown reason, gets its own project bag. None of the others do. And I don't really know why. Maybe because I love it so much. Anyways. I keep the flosses, the threads for this in... Sorry. I keep the threads for this in this case. It's just, I don't know. Can't really see. Anyway. Whoa, no. There we go. That's where I keep my threads for. I don't know. I don't know why this piece is so different. Anyway. And, here I am. So... I gridded this piece only because I had to restart it so many times. Not so many, just twice, but twice is enough, right? Learned my lesson that this piece needs to be symmetrical, so I can't mix it up. So I started down in the next row of stitching. So I finished everything except for the outlining and the blue, and then the the yellowy gold in here, and then I've just decided to move down because I wanted to continue working on this piece. I don't know. Maybe I could leave it backgroundless for now, and then when I finally get that color, then I will fill it in. Those colors, I should say. Those colors, because it's a those, it's not a that. Because I had finished... I'll show you the bear right now. Because I had finished the bear, that I need to take the needle out of to use somewhere else. But because I finished the bear, I got to start... Not got to. I decided I wanted to continue the 9 all the way through and see how many I actually get through. Because I finished that bear, I chose to start... What's that? That goes in there. I chose to start Dream as one of my next Stitch 9 challenges. Because this is also one of my favorites. It is by Stony Creek. Oh, that's attached. Okay, and... Let's go like this, and then like this. I know I showed it, I think I showed it last video, but I can't see what I'm doing. Here's where I am. I finished the yellow, the pink, and now I'm working on the green. I'm just going to show it like that. I started to outline the stars, but then I realized that this lone star is all by himself in the corner, so I could do that. But every other star has something going through him, or hasn't finished yet, so or has things around it that I want to stitch in before I do that. So that's my replacement for the Tea Time Treats bear that I finished on the weekend. No, that I finished last week. That I posted a video for just earlier today. Sorry, 2 more. Another one for my Stitch 9 challenge is this deer. This is probably going to be my next finish because I just really need these out of my life. So it's just stitching the deer head, but I am far less ahead on this one than I was on the Tea Time Treats bear, so we'll see how that goes. I don't know. Thread. I don't know. Here we go. So that goes. I don't know what. But it goes like that. It goes like that. There we go. I finished all of this dark brown color. Then I'm working on just the brown color, and that's that. Very exciting. This was a restart on the fabric because when I picked it up again, I couldn't remember which color I was working on at the time and couldn't find it in the pattern. And anyway, last one is from the seasonal samplers book, and it is this one in the corner, the snow-capped trees. Is the one I'm working on right now. And that currently looks like... That currently looks like this. So I just... What's that? I might need to cut that thread. Anyway, it's behind. So... What I worked on last was just more of this row. Adding all of those, like, not those, the brown, and then stitching this row that is going to be more trees up there. Yes, and I will have to cut that thread because I didn't know that it was so see-through. Anyway, so that is it for Stitch 9. Hopefully I'll be able to insert that picture of the epic Pokemon. I'm sure most of us have seen it already. It is massive. Anyway, hopefully, as far as I'm concerned, I'm progressing really well on that. It's just, that's not this video. I'm sorry, that was the last video. Anyway, hopefully, I'm still thinking about that Pokemon. Hopefully I'll be able to continue that and get it stitched for James. But we'll stop talking there because that is no longer this part of the video. See everybody in a few minutes with my new exciting box. Hello. I'm back. Sorry. I got my last box. I know I've only been away for a second, but I had to take a little bit of a break because my phone was doing some kind of clock thing. I'm not sure. Anyway, Simon is still here with me. If you can see him, he'll come back soon maybe. And maybe you can hear him. But here we go. So I decided while watching Bendy Stitchy, I decided I wanted to jump on the Year of Whips challenge only because I want to finish my pieces. So if I get 9 out of these 18 or 10 out of these 19 or whatever it is done, then yippee for me. Most of them though are all on the larger side, so let's just start. So this is the last box, but of course because I have to do so many, it is the largest. So are you ready? If I can do it in 45 minutes, because that's how many minutes my phone has left of remembering time or something. I don't know. Anyway, so the first one, I don't know if I've showed you, but I'm pretty sure I have. Hello, Simon. The first, again with the shoulder. Okay, you're going to jump down and be, whew, what's happening? Okay, anyway, Be Who You Are by Lizzy Kate is the first one. Be Who You Are. And I've gotten a lot done on this. I think I finished, or close to finished, the first, what would it be? The top? No. Almost. Not even close almost. But anyway, here's where I am at. No, that's not going to work. I started with the B and go down, and then I did the flower, and then I'm working my way across. So I guess where this is, the thread is still there. So I guess that's what I was working on when I put it down last. So I really like this one. It's in, the writing is in 2 different colors. Yeah. And I really like it. And I've already cut the fabric, so I don't feel guilty about wasting fabric of, you know, like it's already ready to go. I already cut it off. So if I were to start things this year, I would not feel guilty about having all this fabric for this one little 3-inch, not 3-inch, it's more than that, but this little space, 3-lined verse. So that's that. I don't know where any of the colors are, but that's okay because they're Lizzy Kate, and I know I have all of Lizzy Kate's colors that she uses. That's number 1. Number 2, the Halloween Sampler by Maria Diaz. Currently only working on the top corner though, the boo with the owl, only because I don't know if I have enough fabric to do this whole piece at one time. So ow, that's a needle. So I'm just starting with the top square. So the outline is done, and I'm essentially just working my way down, is what I decided to do for that piece. Next in the lineup, you haven't seen it yet. This is another found piece that I didn't know, not that I didn't know, I just couldn't find, I guess. Couldn't find that I had. It was mixed up in a bunch of things. So I can't even tell you. I guess it goes like that. This one I decided I wanted to start in the bottom. It is a Heaven and Earth story keep. It is, I can't even remember what it's called because I don't have the picture in front of me. Atlantis, the Atlantis story keep. If I'm able to, I will insert a picture here. And hopefully you just saw the picture. So I've only done one color on it. This is how far I've gotten. So that is all of that shade of blue at the bottom, at least. I decided I wanted to try and do that extreme color completing situation. I don't know how that's going to go. Maybe I'm just going to go page by page. Maybe I won't at all. Maybe the next time I just stitch on it, I'll just start the next color. I don't know what's going to happen yet, because that's how much time I've spent on this piece. Not a lot at all. There, that's how it was. Anyway, so hopefully I will be able to insert the picture. If not, then it's a Heaven and Earth design, a Hade, and that's all I can tell you right now. Can't tell you the designer's name, can't tell you anything else, but yep, maybe I will insert all of that information here when I get the chance, if I can do that. Oh, there's little pieces down here. Okay, the next one is Mini Banner Winter. I knew you thought, where is that winter one? Because I did the other two in the smalls box. So, da-da-da-da, winter. I am currently still just working on his jacket. I started this last year only because one of the groups that I'm in had a Stitch Something Red day. So it goes like this. It's also on black, so it's also a only stitch during nice lighting situation, but that's okay. So that's where I am for that one. It wasn't on my previous wheel, so I hadn't stitched on it. Or maybe it wasn't, I just hadn't stitched on it. But that was weeks ago. So, yes, this box I made only because I missed stitching on some of my pieces that I knew were in hiding. Hi Charlotte, you got out of your cage. Did Daddy let you out? I guess so. Come on. No? Okay, you'll jump up when you're ready. Okay, anyway, we decided, because she's so busy still, we decided to I don't know what it's called, kennel train? No, I don't know. Anyway, her when we're sleeping, because she's crazy. She's crazy. Sorry, sidetrack. Oh, there she is. Charlotte! There you are. She likes to go after anything, this one. Anyway, so, okay, enough of the cat. Okay, so the next one is Spring Birdie. So you're just stitching the bird plus the branch that it's sitting on. I made a little bit of progress in January because it was one of my wheels, so I finished, essentially I've almost finished stitching the yellow, is where I am on that. So hopefully that will become one of my first finishes for this bin. The next one is another small, like it's another tiny. It's as sweet as honey. This one was found, and that one was found both in the World of Cross Stitching. Oh, not this one. This one was found in the World of Cross Stitching magazine. Yeah, this one was found in Cross Stitcher magazine. Alright, anyway, summer. During the summer, I started this on my honeymoon, on the plane while James was sleeping. I did not get very far because on the plane at least. But the bee is done. So there's my bee. And eventually, I will be giving away the charts that I've already stitched because I don't need them hanging around. I already know that I'm not going to stitch them again. So, anyway, so keep an eye out for that. There will be a giveaway soon because I don't know what's going to turn to determine the giveaway because I do have a few charts that I have finished. Sorry. That I have finished that I don't need anymore. That's just taking up space in my life. I guess James is awake. Celestial Gathering is the next piece. It's by Dimensions. It's an older piece because I've had it for so long. But I no longer have the cover page. But maybe if I find it, which I know I have it on my phone already, I'll put here. Hopefully. Hopefully it was there. And here is where I'm at. Currently I'm just working on the border. Oh, geez. Cat on the table. Simon, get down. Oi. Anyway, there it is. So, I don't know what's stopping me from stitching in that middle part around his eyes, nose, and mouth. But there's the sun. It is eventually going to have a moon and all of the astrological signs around it. I was on the Haid website yesterday, and I was looking up. That's a bad news bears for Julie. Anyway, I was looking up astrological pieces, specifically Pisces pieces, and I'm pretty sure I found the next one that I want. Alrighty, so moving on. The next piece is from this book. I don't know. I guess I showed it to you in the whip parade at the beginning of January, but it's from this book, A to Z Alphabets. And it is this piece, actually. It is A is for apple. I had her name. Sharon. Somebody. Sharon Pope? Sharon Pope, sorry. And here is where I'm at. I really like stitching this piece. I hope it will come up more and more. But this is where, oh geez, so, this is where I am. I started a little bit of the elephant, E is for elephant, and a little bit of H is for house. On the days where I don't feel like stitching, or I can't follow a pattern, nope, never feel like not stitching, but where I can't necessarily take the dedicated time to follow the pattern, I can always make the outlines of the borders. Because that is mindless stitching, if that is what you want to call it. Anyway, which hopefully isn't, a lot of the days, but some days you can't be like back and forth with the pattern, or you don't have the mental capability to go back and forth with the pattern. Anyway, that's that. A is for apple. I picked that one up as well at most of them are either picked up at Wool Time, located in Ottawa, or some I got from Dollarama, some I got from Walmart. That's essentially where, and that big book of cross-stitch designs by, not in this video of course, but not in this part at least, but I got it from Michael's. Anyway, here's another one where I'm going to have to try and enter a picture It is also another Haid. It is QS Praying Fae. Say that 16 times fast. Anyway, I wanted to make sure that she had enough space on my fabric before I started stitching her. So I gridded the top line and the side line just so that I knew that I'd have enough space. So it will be cutting it close, as you can see, but at least she'll be started. I mean, at least she got started. So I realized afterwards that her background is just white. So that's where I'm at. It's, yeah, it's just a lot of white stitching. Minus that purple that gets interjected there. But, yeah, that's where I am. I'm doing it in a tent stitch because I realized with another one that's coming up that I'm going to have to restart because I don't like the fabric. Tent stitch goes way faster than full crosses. The other piece that I was working on, the Atlantis Story Keep from before, is in full crosses because that's just a little. It's not, I don't want to say it's a little. No hate, it's a little. But you know what I mean. It's not as many stitches. Next. Next is one that, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. For some of these pieces, I'm going to have to like make a photocopy before things die. Is a Janlin kit, is the Serenity Prayer. I've been watching a lot of FlossTube, of course, but when I watch on my phone, I've been watching it with the subtitles on, only because sometimes I'm watching in my room when James is sleeping and I don't want to wake him up, so I just watch with the subtitles on. It's pretty funny when people think that they're saying, well, when people are talking and what the what it picks up on what they think they're saying. Anyway, that's why I'm like, I have to slow down, I have to pronunciate. So anyway, here we are. So the last time I showed you this, I was working, I gave up on the letters for now. And I'm now stitching one of the birdhouses on the side. I have to pick out that last E. That's going to be a nightmare. Even though it's on Ada. They're like quarter stitches and 3/4 stitches and yikes. Yikes is all I'm going to say. Sorry if you hear rustling. That's of course Charlotte. She has found something to dig her nose into. Alrighty. The next one is a Mirabilia. One of my only Mirabilia that I have. It's quite daunting. I haven't come to accept this fabric yet either, but I'm so far into it that I'm like, there's no switching. I did find the picture of it though, so here she is, Savannah's Curtsy. It's just a welcome, and these look like birds from far away, but they're really bows. And she's just holding up her dress and doing a little curtsy. Anyway, where I am on this one, I've put so much time into this piece, it's unbelievable. It's only because of that floor. If that floor wasn't there, it would have gone way faster, I think. So if I choose to restitch it, which I might, but I don't think I will because, like I said, I've put so much time into it, I'm just going to do her. I'm not going to do that floor anymore. It's on some crazy count that I can't see half the time. And so it's probably on a 32. I've lost the little bag that the fabric came in. But the nice thing with my local LNS, so my wool time, is that with their fabric, they place it in a see-through bag, and then like a Ziploc bag almost, and they have a sticker on the outside, and it labels the fabric, so it's not attached to the fabric. It's just, you know, if I can find, I think it might be in the other box. Oh yeah, okay, I'll show you the next piece, only because I'll show you what I mean. So they've just written on it, you know, the brand, how big it is, how much the price is, sorry everybody, and the dimensions of it, just so that, you know, so that you know what it is. Anyway, I like how they do that, because sometimes people, meaning fabric people, attach it to the fabric, and I don't know how that works out. Anyway, so here I am. No, there we go. This is her. She's a beast. She is massive. So that floor is a ridiculousness. Like, each one of those little blocks is a lot. Anyway, so I'm just making my way, working up through her skirt now, which is all in white. Why did I choose white fabric? I don't know. Anyway, that's her. She is my, you know how you have unicorn pieces that you want to get? She is my unicorn piece that I want to finish. It's a process. It's about the process, not the product, right, people? Right. Anyway, so that's where I am with her. Some days I'm like, I really want to get her out. I really want to work on her. That's part of the reason why I chose to she is part of the reason why I chose to rearrange my whole stitching structure, because I know I needed to want to get her finished. In a bag. Oh, was that the pattern? Sorry. In a bag. Apparently not this bag. Is it my cloth bag? Somewhere in the world, I wrote down, I think it was like May 2017 when I started this. So, for Mother's Day. But apparently that piece of paper is gone. Gone. Oh well. Because it was kind of my way of trying to track when I started the piece. But that's okay. I'm pretty sure it was May 2017. Either May 2017 or May 2016. I'm not sure which one. Anyway, the next one that was here, I can show you the picture of, because I printed out the pattern. Although I think I might just upload it to my phone and go from there. But is another Hade. And it's I have a black and white printer, so I'm sorry, but it is Ancient Dragon Scholar by Ed Beard Jr. So just like every other black and white photocopy, this does not do it justice at all. Although the colors that I'm working in right now are just that top corner, which is like the browns. So how many different shades of browns can you have? Possibly, right? Clearly like 40. Anyway, here is where I am. I'm working on, it's called Floba. I don't know. I had never heard of it before, but it was the color I wanted, and it was, you know, it's in oatmeal. So I figured all of the colors for that piece would be good on this oatmeal fabric. It's 25 count, just like Michelle says that you want to do all your Hades on. I don't like it. I don't like 25 count. I don't know what the difference is between 25 count and like 32 count. I don't mind working on 28. Is it because it's linen versus... I couldn't tell you. Anyway, so here. This is my number 1 start. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. This is start number 2. This is start number 3. And I flipped it around. I don't know if one of these ones was start. Anyway, I don't know which one is my latest attempt to start. But then I did one over here as well. That's just calling out start a new fabric, right? Like, I can't stitch for long enough to decide, and because it's only a certain dimension, and because, like, my fabric's only a certain width and height, and the piece is just cutting it, like, that's how close I have to start on that side, so it's like an inch or something, or 2 inches or whatever it is, to be able to make my way all the way across and make sure I have enough space. I'm cutting it very close now to, if I continue to start on this piece, on the width of this fabric, like the height of this fabric, only because it's tall, right? So I don't know if I can just rip out, I don't know if I can just rip out everything I've done because it's so tiny. It's like over 1. It's so small. Or, and I've tried different methods. I've tried the tent stitch, so like the half cross stitch. I've tried the full cross. I've done over 1. I've done over 2. No, I've done over 1 for the whole thing. But I've done 2 strands. I've done 1 strand. I've done tent stitch. I've done full crosses. I don't know which one I like the best out of all the options. Oh, Charlotte. I think I like the yeah, that's one full cross is what I think I'm going to end up with. It's going to take me twice as long because, as everybody knows, tent stitch is the fastest. But I'm looking at the tent stitch and I don't know, I just like that finished look. That finished of the cross look. Anyways, that's enough of a rant on a hate that I probably will never, ever finish in my entire life because I can't choose the fabric. So maybe if I had the easy grid fabric of the 25 count, but I'm thinking of just throwing it up onto an 18 count Aida because I'm stitching it for me, not anybody else. And apparently today is a day of the hands. Like, I'm like very hand enthusiastic today. Sorry about that. The next one is, oh yeah, and since, and I am gonna show you the pattern, but I'm not going to be up close. I started the highlighting method for the paper, just so that I could try and figure out where I am. That doesn't help me, because you know why? What exactly does that mean? When I'm looking at this, what does that mean? Absolutely nothing. Not to me. That's, I think, why I like the program I'm using on my phone, only because it saves where I left off. So all I really need to do is find where I left off on my fabric, because it's really working for that Pokemon. Anyway, I think at least. And I think color completing is really working for that Pokemon because I can just be like, oh, I have to go over here and then I can count. But that's also on a 14 count Aida, so that's easier to count. Anyways, that's that. That's like my magical unicorn, if that Mirabilia is my unicorn. Okay. The next one, enough about big projects. The next one is Dimensions Gold Collection Petites Beacon at Rocky Point. Sorry, things are... What's she playing with? This cat. Anyway, Beacon at Rocky Point, and it's by Dimensions Gold Collection Petites. I just watched a stitcher, and she had not all of these, but they were all gold collection, and she hadn't started any of them. I'm like, what are you doing? Anyway, although she does have a lot that she has stitched, and if I can recall her name, I will put it in, although I can't remember. She is not from North America, I don't think. She is somewhere else in the world. Anyway, like Russia maybe? But her accent doesn't, I don't know. Anyways, is what it is. So, here I am. last time I showed you, I was working across because I got tired of working up and down. So maybe that won't make it so, I don't know. Anyway, so this is the top half, and the bottom half of this piece is all, well, as you can see, it's all, it's going to be HE double hockey sticks in reality. Like, that's all a whole lot of switching up the colors and, anyways, it's fun. I like it. It's going to be good if I get to finish it, because then this is another one of my older whips. So hopefully soon. The next one is from the Seasonal Wordplay book. Oh, the summer one. Okay. She's ridiculous. Alright, so I guess I should show you the picture first. Hold on. What is she doing? Where is the picture? The picture is this one. Come sail away. And, not on that linen. Excuse me, what are you doing? She's like attacking the underside of the table. Anyway, I just have the R done in the middle. Focus. Who knows? Anyway, the R. That's the R of summer. I know, big start. But a start is a start. So that means that I get to work on it this year. And these are the colors that they are being used in that piece. And that's all I got. Alright, next. The last time I stitched on this, I was really enjoying it. It is the Floral Retreat by the Gold Collection of Dimensions. Or Dimensions Gold Collection, or however you want to say that. So I'm just working in the top left corner, just up here. But I am making good progress, because I have gotten all the way over to those green trees. Yippee! So, it's a disaster, because this piece I tried to, I'm not doing it anymore, but at the beginning, when I was working on this piece before, I was parking, but I was, sorry people, she's a Fruit Loop, just a second. Sorry, I didn't know if I paused it or if I stopped that, but I paused it, so we're good. Okay, so the next piece is, the Floral Retreat. I had to just get something from Charlotte because she was driving me absolutely bonkers. So here I am. So I started parking when I first started stitching this, but I chose against it. So I'm over here now in this light green, so yippee! Excuse me. And that's where I am for that. And then maybe if I only have a few more pieces, but I only have less than 12 minutes before my phone runs out of memory. So I will try and make this a little bit speedier because I wanted. Sorry, people. New video. Because that was the 33-minute mark. Anyways, welcome back. I know we're going to just smush all these together, so you're just watching this in order. But we are talking about the the Year of Whips Challenge. That's what we're doing right now, just in case halfway through you missed it at the beginning. So, Year of Whips Challenge. The next one in the Year of Whips, I need to find a picture for it because it's really not where the fabric was. It's in a magazine. It's in this magazine. Stitcher's World from September 2000. Oh, there he is. I can't tell you who's by. I can't tell you who designed them because I looked all over the place. There's no designer's name. So, the Midnight Watchman. And because apparently in the 2000s, they did not want to give credit to the designers. Who knows? I don't know. Not me. At least you can't choke on that one. Okay. So, here I am, although I'm going to restitch part of it. I'm going over one. This is the same fabric that something else is on. Anyway, I think, looking at the picture's gone. I think it goes, because I know I've stitched all of one color so far. So that goes, yes. So it goes like this. So it's just little for now, because it's so little. It's on a little fabric. It's on like a 32 count of some kind. I think it's the one I'm stitching the Prayer of St. Francis on. No. I have another piece. Although I don't have the thread for the other piece. Maybe in the next video I will show you the other piece that I'm talking about. That is this. That is this fabric. It, anyway. That's the Midnight Watchman. And that's on an unknown. It looks maybe like a linen. Also, yep. A lot of my already like any of my real fabric, not my Ada, like the linens and the Floba and everything else, was from Wool Time. So that's where I get all my fabric from. Sorry, just trying to make sure that I don't have anything else in there. Okay, so the next one is the first one to smile. I posted this on Instagram yesterday because James just made me laugh when I asked him the question. So, first one to smile by Dimensions. And that was weird. And here's where I'm at. I am stitching it in the hoop. I'm not really quite sure why. But I asked him, what does that look like? Like right now. Like as we sit here right now. What does it look like? Oh, it's all the threads that I haven't cut off from the back. Okay. What does that look like? And he said, it's a dancing frog. Like a karate dancing frog. And I'm like, alright, well you got the frog part right. So that made me smile and have to like post right away, even though I wasn't finished stitching on it at all. I should really take a video of her one day just chasing around things, because, man, she is so busy. This little cat is so busy. Next, I don't know if I've showed you this yet. Is another one that I don't know if I've showed you yet. It is from Stitcher's World, July 2000. So, at one point, I adopted a whole lot of books, magazines from somebody's stash that was getting rid of them. And anyway, so I found this piece. This is going to be hard because the only... Oh, I guess I can just show the front. So it's this one. It's called... I don't know... What did I call it? Welcome Door, I think is what I called it. I don't know if it had a name, but I'm pretty sure it does, I guess. Because all pieces have names. Weekend Getaway is what it's really called. The Weekend Getaway. So this is called The Weekend Getaway. I tried to find the blue fabric for it. Because none of this is all just fabric. It's not stitched in. So I found blue fabric. I don't know if it's wide enough. I'm pretty sure I counted it. Yeah, it goes this way. And here it is. So it's just, I started it in the middle. And here's where we're at. So I guess it's just part of the fence and part of that window. Yeah. I added this piece into my rotation because A, I found it, B, I found the magazine, and I started it, so why not try and stitch on it this year, right? Right. So the funny thing is how long am I going to be able to stick with this idea? I've had probably about 5 ideas in 3 weeks. Anyway, so I'm gonna put all of these things back into the box that they go in. So what I decided to do was still use my wheel. Sorry. But, part of my wheel is, like, there's only going to be the 4 boxes on it. Smalls, larges, Stitch 9, and the Year of Whips. Just those 4 labels. And then if I spin one of those, then that is where I'm stitching from that day. Because progress only happens, I'm finding out, not stitching for only 9 minutes at a time or 15 minutes at a time. Small progress happens, yes, but I'm tired of the small progress. I want more of a, wow, look at what I did. So that's what's going to happen now. So I spin the wheel. I choose the first thing out of the box, like the front thing out of the box, regardless of what it is. When I finish stitching that thing for the day, I put it to the back so that the next time I ever spin that wheel, yeah. Anyway, the next thing that I spin for that wheel is then, I'm not repeating. So I'm just randomly putting everything back in the box, just so that I don't, although I kind of really want to stitch on that if I spin it. I kind of really want to stitch on that. Maybe I'll put it at the front of the sheet, because I definitely know that I don't want to stitch one of those minis. Anyway, that is the plan, for the next little while at least. Maybe, so I'm still not starting anything new. That's still going. I still don't feel the need to start anything new. Maybe I want to be able to start something new, so that's why I pulled all of my pieces back into some form of rotation. But maybe that's what it needs to happen, right? Like, maybe it just... Simon, what are you doing? He's trying to find something that he pushed underneath the carpet. Anyway, what did you find? Cats. I should just name one segment of my videos cats and just go crazy like that, because holy goodness. Got you. I scared you. Got you. She is growing bigger. Like, she is now a 2-handed cat. She's like massive now compared to what she was. I know. You just want to go. You just want to go. Okay. See you later. Sorry. So yeah, I'm at 43 minutes of filming and it's going to run out in 45:33. So I'm going to wrap this up because I've talked long enough today. So far at least. And I will spin the wheel and see what I'm going to stitch. Yeah. Thank you for watching, if you watched all however many minutes this was. And I will see you the next time I see you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And I hope you do. So adios and ciao, and I will talk to everybody later. I hope everybody gets as much stitchy time in as possible this week. Maybe it will be film like my last video. So film a little bit every day or every few days to see what my progress has been, and then smush it all together and call it a day like that. So maybe it will be every few days now. And so I hope to see you again soon, and have a great day. I'm going to try and stay warm and probably make myself a hot chocolate right now because it's freezing. It's even freezing in here. Like, and James says the heat's working. Liar. Anyways, is what it is. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.